Now, this year has been one of the warmest, as it shouldn't be in the winter. It's the highest that it was 2 days ago was 70, when it should have been like in the 50s or 40s. And we've had like 10 tropical storms and 5 major hurricanes. As bad as 2016 was in terms of emotional damage, it's nowhere near as bad as 2017 in terms of physical damage. Now, the worst part of it is that it's only going to get worse unless we act upon climate change. So today I'm going to persuade you on why global warming is real, what it will do, and how you can prevent it. So, according to the Earth Science Communication Team, they had 1,300 independent scientists underneath the United Nations who conducted research and concluded that humans have contributed to global warming, and there's a more than 95% chance that that's how it is. The greenhouse gases that humans have been mostly emitting now, methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, chlorofluorocarbons. Those are the ones that destroy the ozone. So with some paleoclimate research with tree rings, sedimentary rocks, and glacier cores, we've been able to conduct research and find that there's been 7 ice ages over the past 650 years, and since 1880, the rise in temperature, basically since the Industrial Revolution, has increased exponentially. The amount of carbon and such, it's getting really bad, especially since NASA's gravity recovery and climate experiment concluded and studied that through 2002 and 2006, the Greenland lost about 36 to 60 cubic miles of ice. And through 2002 and 2005, Antarctica lost 30 cubic miles. Now, according to NASA's Earth Observatory, average temperature since 1880 has increased to 0.8 Celsius, which is about 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, to put it in more perspective, just a 5-degree drop of average temperatures world-round would result in an ice age, and that would be an extinction event of its own. And NASA's Earth Observatory Climate Research Unit, the National Center Climate Data Center, and Japanese Meteorological Center found the average temperatures are rising significantly since the Industrial Revolution, with the amount of carbon that's been released, are in agricultural changes. It's going through the roofs, and it's not good. So according to the climate communication, weather all around the Earth is being affected already. We have more intense droughts. We have more rain with heavy rainfalls, and there's more periods between rainfalls, which helps with drought and kills our agriculture. There's less cold days. Like this winter, it's been relatively mild when it should be in the 30s, 40s. And heat waves have become more intense and occurring more frequently, especially in Europe, where they get nailed by them multiple times a year. So the Environmental Defense Fund, according to that team, they have seven different ways that climate change is already affecting Earth. Another way: water, barley, and hops, the 3 main ingredients with beer, is being affected. We have clean water shortages, we have agriculture getting screwed over by drought and this heavy storms that have just been reoccurring. We have, with the increase in storm intensity and increase in duration between rainfall and then more intense drought, the agricultural system like wheat, corn is just going to it's going to go downhill really fast, leading to grocery prices to skyrocket. And that is no good for anyone. And we have insects like the mountain pine beetle in the western forests in like Oregon. Since it's been so much warmer this winter, they've been able to live for longer than they should, which has caused forests to just be decimated by them. We have more carbon, which is raising ocean acidity, which is killing our coral reefs. We have rising temperatures causing drought. And then we have, I know a lot of you would be affected by this, our coffee production is being screwed over. The people who farm the coffee beans have to move up mountains because it's been so much warmer down at the equator. And they're going to run out of room eventually, and we'll just be cut on coffee eventually. So NASA, according to NASA, says that global sea levels averagely have risen about 3 inches since 1992. And that sounds like much, but by the end of the century, they believe that the ocean levels will rise to an average of 1 to 3 feet by the end of the century. And if things keep moving along as they are, we'll see major continents being swallowed back by the ocean. So a 2 degrees increase will mean that there's no hope for many of Earth's plant life. Coral reefs especially will be just devastated. They'll be gone. No chance that they'll live. But at a 1.5 degree raise, there's a chance. It's small, but there's a chance that if we get to that point, 1.5 degrees Celsius, there's a chance that they'll be able to survive and we can lower that back down. If not, they're just completely gone, and millions, if not billions, of fish will die, which leads to the whole ecosystem just being screwed over. So ways that you can help: you can, maybe a bit expensive, but you can switch to renewable energies, solar, wind, maybe if you're lucky, maybe some geothermal. If that doesn't help, you can lower electricity. Like, for instance, I have 3 lights going on right now. It's not very good, but I need the lighting for this. Call, email your own state representative or representatives and do the same thing to other states. Let them know that you have interest in that, you don't want our Earth to be killed by this. And make sure that you tell friends, family, maybe show them this video, even though it's not that professional. You can still do it, and hopefully it'll move them to do the same thing, which will allow politicians to stop the world from just overheating to death. And you can just become politically involved. Look at the news and such, look at what the government's doing, passing bills and laws. You can go against them, go to wherever they're having meetings for. And those meetings, you can give your own opinion, your own voice. So small things like that have an amazing outcome when you're persistent about it and you have passion for it. Now, so today I persuaded you on global warming being real and what it will do wise with our agriculture. It'll cause damage to our society, cause damage to the whole world as a whole. And through your voting and political involvement, you and whoever you may persuade as well have the ability to pass laws and bills that'll keep us from destroying the world by overheat and having society be plunged into the apocalyptical state of starvation and like doomsday style storms and hurricanes that will just sweep all the way through America if we allowed that to happen. So hopefully I persuaded you in that and that you take action.